What's going on YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, aka Viper Magic. I just got done watching WWE's Payback pay-per-view. And I'm not going to go match by match because the reality is a lot of it was pretty lackluster. But there are a few cool moments that I wanted to talk about specifically. Number one, of course, is my main man, John Cena, defending his United States Championship belt against Rusev in a really good match. Although it was an I quit match, and what does that mean is the referee always is walking around every 2 seconds saying, do you quit, do you quit, do you quit? And it did get kind of lame, and I was kind of hoping it would end sooner than it would because you would have John Cena or Rusev, it didn't matter because it went back and forth for a while, setting up for this really big move, whether it be Rusev was getting ready to put Cena on the pyro to blow it up, or Cena was getting ready to put Rusev through a table that he had strategically located near the ring, trying to do an AA or something through it. And before the move would begin, of course, you would get the, ask him if he wants to quit. And then, of course, the opponent would say, no, no, no. And then the move would happen. Ask him if he wants to quit now. And then they'd set up for the next move. Ask him if he wants to quit. So you were getting it like constantly. You were getting it a cool move, ask, a cool move, ask. And it just got a little too much. It really was a little too much. So I hope that WWE rethinks how they do the I Quit match because it was a little bit obnoxious. But in the end, the only way that they could really save face with John Cena and with Rusev was for Lana to take the fall, basically defending her man by saying, oh, Rusev quits and I'm going to quit for him. It was pretty cool to see Rusev take apart the ring. But all he was going to do is use the actual ring stake as like a weapon to hit Cena in the head. Cena actually used it in a better way of actually choking Rusev with the STF. So I'm not really sure what Rusev's move was there. Clearly it was a setup. And as soon as I saw him hold it like a weapon, I turned to my wife and I said, okay, this is it. Cena's going to end up retaliating and winning with a choke. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So, but it was a good match all in all. And again, as a Cena fan, I mean, come on. The guy wins. C-Nation, baby. You can't see me. All right, so the other match I really wanted to talk about was the big Fatal 4-Way, which featured Seth Rollins defending his belt against Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns. So the problem with any kind of 3-way or 4-way match is you always have a guy who gets hit and he sells the move for a good third of the match because you really can't have 4 people fighting at once unless you're doing like big bombs or big power moves. So right away, I don't know, like somebody like Randy Orton gets hit with a clothesline or something. He rolls out of the ring. He's gone for like 12 minutes. It's like, where the hell did this guy go? So that's the problem with these Fatal 4-Ways is that you're always going to get one-on-one, maybe occasionally one-on-2 action. Of course, being a no disqualification match with both J&J Security and Kane sitting outside the ring, you know hijinks were going to ensue. By far the absolute coolest moment of this match is the brief reunion of the Shield. We saw shades of it earlier, and when they lined up to take Randy Orton out and they set up for their move, that was so cool. And all the fans knew what was happening. We were all ready for it. And to watch them all stand up and Roman Reigns do and put him up on his shoulder and put Randy Orton, even though everyone loves Randy Orton, watching him go through the announce table was amazing. I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but JBL said, hey, why are you taking out our table? And these Spanish announce tables perfectly fine. He made a really quick line in there, which really made me laugh. But no worries, because as soon as, they all went to do the fist bump, and both guys turned on Seth and then just started taking him down, which was really cool. Then they're getting ready to put Seth through a table. Kane gets back up, and they try with just 2 mans. They put Kane right up on Seth or Roman Reigns' shoulders. Roman Reigns getting ready to drop him through the table, and the table doesn't break. And the audience, who was amazing, what an amazing live crowd, starts chanting, one more time, one more time. And everybody knows the spot was supposed to be Kane was supposed to get slammed through Seth Rollins through the Spanish announce table. So sure enough, they set it up again, and this time pay dirt. The table shatters into bazillions of pieces. Everyone's going nuts, especially this guy. Then you have the really cool moment where the camera pans in and you can hear the dialogue between Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. And they both stand there and look at each other, and they're like, well, there's not much left to do now. We're the only two left. And it's cool because you could tell that there's a friendship there and a respect for each other. And the way that they looked at each other, and Roman Reigns says, loser buys a beer. And they both climb into the ring, and they both ready up, and then they start banging it out. And that was amazing. What an amazing moment. I mean, as a huge Shield fan, as a huge wrestling fan, to see those two guys whose storylines took a very, very different turn. Dean Ambrose obviously was hell-bent on revenge for a lot of his post-Shield breakup. And obviously Roman Reigns was pushed directly into the main event shortly thereafter. And it's cool to see them come back together, even for a short amount of time. I hope storylines between these two guys continue to intertwine. I think they'd make an amazing tag team. They're just really cool, high energetic wrestlers to watch, where Dean Ambrose is more of the scrappy, quick guy, and Roman Reigns is more of the enforcer. Anyways, they're banging heads, and you know what's going to happen. Sure enough, lo and behold, Randy Orton comes back in after his trauma, starts cleaning up ring, cleans up the other guys, and the match would have ended amazingly with Kane coming in and interfering, laying on his sword, and even though it's very clear he's not a big fan of Seth Rollins, wanting to keep his job as the director, and of course Randy Orton goes after him, which leaves Seth Rollins unarmed or uncontested. Randy Orton turns around, and then you have the finisher. And what finisher does Seth Rollins want to use? We know the curb stop has been banned from WWE because there's like a safety issue with reality. I mean, if Seth Rollins did really screw up and smash someone's head in, it'd really screw him up. So I do understand that. But what finisher does he use? He attempts Triple H's pedigree, which is an amazing move. But one problem, he blows it. You have this amazing, amazing match. You have the Shield reunion. You have one more time, putting him through the table again. This high energy match. In the finale, and Seth Rollins blows it. And I watched the replay, and I had to watch the replay because they did not show it on the recap when Seth Rollins' music was playing. They ended up showing the table spot, and they ended up showing the RKO or something. But they did not show that spot. And if you watch it again, Seth Rollins is just too short to pull off that maneuver. Randy Orton does jump, but the problem is there's really no room for Randy to jump up high, so he just kind of lifts up his shoulders. And Seth Rollins jumped maybe half a foot. No, not even. Maybe 2 or 3 inches. Just barely jumps in the air and just crashes down, and it wasn't even a complete pedigree. It looked horrible, and that was the move that won the match. It's like, what? You could even tell the audience was just staring like, what the hell did we just see? It was really painful to watch, and if you're going to steal another wrestler's move as your finisher, that's like the ultimate FU in wrestling when like Hulk Hogan would get beat by like Macho Man because Macho Man used the big boot, or when John Cena will do like go to sleep on CM Punk or something. But when you steal somebody's move and you blow it, it just looks so painful. And the really odd thing is Seth Rollins is one of the best technical wrestlers out there in my opinion, and we all know he does some amazing, amazing spots when it comes to high-flying maneuvers. Towards the end of the Shield's career, he was jumping off the entryway, like when players would come in and out of the arena, that huge entryway that's like 10, 15 feet high. He was jumping off that down onto the Authority, and we've seen him jump off like the big scaffolding at the top. I mean, the guy is he's very, very clear. I'm how choked up I am. He's very good at high-flying maneuvers. That's what I'm trying to say. He's no stranger to it. That's my word. So to see him fail at the pedigree of all things and just watch it collapse was so painful. And it does take away from the match because that's all everybody's going to talk about now is how bad he blew that pedigree. But just for that brief moment, the Shield reunion was amazing, amazing, amazing. The rest of the card, as I said, you're not going to remember a lot of it. Sounds like we're going to get an Elimination Chamber special event just for the Intercontinental Championship that Daniel Bryan just dropped. And we'll get ready for the next pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. I think it's June 18th or 17th, about a month away. So here we go. We'll see how this plays out. Anyways, I just wanted to give my quick reaction to my favorite moments of Payback. By far, the Shield reunion steals the show. We believe in the Shield. I want to see them come back. I don't think it's going to happen, but any little snippet or fragment of the Shield we could see is amazing, and Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns together in a ring are nothing short of gold. Anyways, that's all I have. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please do me a favor, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about WWE's Payback. Was it all it was hyped up to be, or did it fall flat? If you're not a fan of that, I got 2 words for you. Until next time, I'll see you guys on the other side.